Hello there and welcome to the Sunday Footy Show. I know I say it every week, it is a massive one, but today is gigantic. We'll explain all a little later on. Damo's going to have a look at the evolution of Josh Fraser. That will make sense in a matter of moments. Showdown 60 last night. So big, that man wanted to pull the boots on again. We'll talk about that. Port Adelaide, absolutely sensational. Llordo's deep dive is always must-see TV, particularly today because he's brought a special guest in. And Nathan's Media-Ocre has been in hibernation for a couple of weeks, but by public demand, it is back. And demanding it more than anyone, a man who features more than anyone. Anyway, Craig McRae says his forward line is like licorice all sorts. Will fly. The next 2 hours is no picnic. But the boys are cherry ripe to go, so let's do it. Hello and welcome to this edition of the Sunday Footy Show. It's great to have your company. Damien Barrett is here, as per usual.
Hello, TJ. Hello, everyone. We never know where this show is going to go over the next 2 hours, do we? And I'm a bit worried about today, TJ, because I saw you only moments ago offset with a harmonica.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what you may have in store for that.
Yes, you thought it was Norman Gunston at first, but no, it's we'll find out a little later on what that might entail. How are you?
I'm good. I'm not. I'm a bit salty. I mean, we finally got a showdown, one out on a Saturday night, and Adelaide didn't quite rock up, did they? So, Port, unbelievable.
Geez, Kenny was up and about,
Wasn't Kenny up and about? I almost felt like ringing him up and going, Kenny, you lost your last showdown by about 95 points. No, I love Kenny, but how good was it, that call, to have Ken versus Prosciutto in a showdown? I thought it was so good to listen to.
It was great. Kenny was great.
It was great.
Yeah, I thought they played a bit like that grand final you played in, Rory, as a team. The Crows.
Without the power set, sorry, Llordo, come on.
But I just thought the weekend, the gap gets wider. Fremantle have had a weekend off, but I think the gap got wider. Aside from Brisbane, who are sneaking back up on us again, I think the gap is Fremantle and a fair bit of daylight.
Browny.
I think we're a poorer show when we don't have Animal Fact, and Damo doesn't have Animal Fact today, which is disappointing. But with a real-life Animal Fact issue, you've got Damo, you've got possums, and you believe that there's a possum at your house teasing your dog on a daily or nightly basis.
I wasn't sure we were going to go with this off the top of the show today, Browny, but your mail's right, yeah.
Come on, Damo, you've just got to deal with things in your life.
I did. We even
be a man and deal with it.
We removed about 10 metres of hedge to get rid of it, but it's come back and taunting the dog from another house's vantage point now. So
did you have an opportunity to disengage the possum with a broom?
I had a lot of sight on it with a broom, and I couldn't bring myself to even move it. So
shoot some advice.
They're no good possums. They are as bad as anything there is. Normally something's got a redeeming feature about it, but possums don't have anything good about it.
Did you have a possum problem?
I've got more than just one giving me problems at home.
Yeah, I know, but surely the possums in Brighton are of a better
Certainly not.
All righty, let's take a look at the results of this round of football so far, and then we'll tell you just exactly what we have in this show, because it's a cracker.
Brisbane and Hawthorn having the big wins in the marquee slots to open the round. We saw Collingwood keeping things interesting with a win over Richmond from the wildcard perspective, and Port Adelaide exposed some serious deficiencies in the Crows in Showdown 60.
Freo on top of the ladder at the moment with a game in hand and percentage in hand, so it's hard to see Freo missing top spot from here. Sydney got the wobbles a little bit, the Hawks and the Cats. Brisbane, have they bounced back? A lot of people were writing them off. Adelaide, Melbourne, all the way down to the Gold Coast Suns, and it starts to get really tight at the bottom of the 10 there. The Blues, the Baggers, they are coming. North Melbourne, a big game against the Bombers. It is a must-win game. All the way down to Port Adelaide. Have a look at their percentage, Port Adelaide. Over 100 at this time of the year. Good defensively, poor offensively at the moment.
Matty Cottrell and Harry Dean from the Carlton Football Club will be joining us on the Handball. Can you believe that? That's going to be fantastic. So we might actually expand to cover a couple of segments with that.
Is that where the harmonica is going to come into play?
Don't give too much away. I want to be a surprise element for Matty if we happen to whip it out while he's talking about it, because he's a little embarrassed about it as well. And as I said, Llordo's also got a very, very special guest for his deep dive today. But let's take a look at Showdown last night, and I guess the focus leading into this was on one man in particular.
And he absolutely starred Zach Butters on the night. So Rory beside me has won a Showdown medal. Well, Zach Butters won his second last night. So he won in 2024 and he won in 2020. I thought Holland Francis was brilliant as well in this game, but what a loss he's going to be for Port Adelaide. He's given everything to them, but a massive loss.
Did they tag him? They were going to him at times, but I tell you what, gee, he had some space.
Yeah, so Rory's going to talk about that soon. But Rory, 37 disposals, disposals, 13 clearances, 7 tackles, and here he is winning the medal.
Well, he couldn't handle this year any better either. It reminds me of the way Danger ended up leaving the footy club. He'll win their BNF, possibly a Brownlow. He's in ripping form, but Adelaide did tag him. James Peatling had the job, and he's done some ripping jobs earlier this season, but he just got shown up by someone who's just too good. And I'll show you how they exposed him too. So they had a stoppage here. Zach Butters, a midfielder, coming back into the corridor. 1, that's for a bit of protection, but 2, that'll release a defender, which I'll show you shortly. And 3, they know that Adelaide want to transition through the corridor, and look at the press up from him. So that's great coverage, but a great play from Josh Card to put one of your best midfielders in the corridor. But this is what it does. Horn Francis middle, releases a defender. Port knew that if Adelaide got on top at the clearance work, it'd be a really hard day for them because Adelaide's forward line is so dominant. And what else it does, it gives you an opportunity to hold that lane and transition through corridor, which Port did really well. Adelaide got torched at centre bounce. I don't mind this starting position, but I want to see the Port Adelaide players end up here. Do your body work, Adelaide midfielders. This is what they'll review. They want to squeeze those two together. You've got to do your body work. Lockie McAndrew, he had a bit of a tough night. Jordan Sweet, too good, but you can't be running patterns when your ruckman is getting dominated. So it's all about body work. Do your work early. And I'd say to McAndrew, look, if you're getting done for the night, come start your position here. Have the same hit spot as Jordan Sweet. Put it in a fight for your midfielders. This is the sort of stuff that Adelaide will review because centre clearance is getting done by 10 or 12 across the night. This is the reason they lost the game of footy in the end. Port Adelaide was so dominant in there. They came with a great attitude. And Adelaide just needed a bit more body work and a bit more proactive early on.
And you thought Josh Carr was instrumental in setting up the win, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I thought they attacked Adelaide through the corridor really well, but the way they defended and put them under the pump was unbelievable. They wanted to cover the corridor and it showed through the stoppages.
Damo, when I said the focus was on one man in particular leading into it, Zach Butters was quizzed about whether this is going to be his last showdown or not.
Yeah, and as Rory said, he's handled the football side of it brilliantly this year, TJ, and the off-field part of it, I think, has been exceptional as well. And even with the emotion last night post-match where Kath Loughnan of Fox Footy asked him about the status, he just gave a hint about what happens next year.
You've obviously got a big decision to make at season's end. Did it cross your mind at all tonight that this could be your last showdown?
Yeah, it definitely did, and whatever happens at the end of the year. But yeah, what a crowd, and yeah, it's so special to play in these games. And I love the footy club, and yeah, I love my teammates, and yeah, that win makes it extra special.
Is that why you really soaked it in those last few seconds of the game?
I always soak it in here. I love playing at Adelaide Oval. I love this crowd, and 50,000 tonight. So thanks to our supporters for showing up.
It's almost a blueprint, Brownie, for how to handle this moment, this year he's had, from the get-go to right through to round 15 or 16 as it is now, and with an 8-match runway still to come. But it's been classy how he's handled it.
Well, I think most people at the moment think he's going, and you couldn't begrudge him that, the way he's handled it. So Port Adelaide will be sitting there going, he's given us so much service. Yes, we would love to keep him, but we cannot fault the way he's gone about his football, the way he's gone about his media, what he's been at the football club. So they'll give him his blessing. They'll try and get the best possible outcome for themselves, but he's handled himself, as you said, with class.
He spoke during the week, and we ran a grab on 9 News on Tuesday night, I think it was, where he said, and I'm pretty right, this is almost word for word, and then he said, I love my mates and I love my family and I love going back home. So, you know, SA's probably done well to have me for this long. And I thought, wow, that's probably the biggest indicator yet that he's on the move.
And then he goes out and gets a showdown medal in this stage of the season. Rory, you just pulled apart what the Crows did wrong. Matty Nix will have a lot to wade through before the next game, and he was at a loss post-match.
You know, you've got to give credit where it's due. They tackled hard, they pressured, they bought a game that we've been now bringing for a month or so. So it's an interesting one, you know, how hard we dive into it. We've got a short break into a Perth trip. Do we back the trend, which has been some pretty strong form for us? Or do we spend time in this? I think the answer to that will be we'll move on pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I'd say that was an event, that game. It hasn't been a trend over the last month or two. Like, their pressure's been outstanding. So, again, they won't review it too heavily. They'll back themselves in to respond next week.
They're good, but when they get beaten in the midfield.
Through the midfield, and that's where they'll go to work on. They'll go to work on some of those clearances.
So there is a trend there for the midfield. So when Jordan Dawson isn't the best player on the ground, there was a lot of other players who maybe didn't get the disposals they needed to last night at the clearance level. So that's the trend in the midfield.
We can talk about that later. But I do want to talk about Carlton's purple patch. And what's wrong, mate? We're going on a bit. But anyway, so are Carlton. 6 on the trot now for Josh Fraser. And this time it was at the expense of the West Coast Eagles.
Oh, this is the last quarter. Goals where Carlton just put the foot down, and it was their game all night, or all evening, I should say. But they've just got winners everywhere. They are doing it at both ends. They've got a midfield that is right on top of their game, a defence, who Harry Dean we're going to talk to soon about just how well he is leading that, and a forward line where goals are coming from everywhere. Forwards, talls, mediums, smalls, midfielders. It's a complete package at the moment.
It looks simple for them, doesn't it? The way they're structuring the ground up just looks so much more efficient. They're able to transition the ball through corridor, but they're covering the corridor. They're not getting scored at anywhere near as easily the last 6 weeks.
How far can they go? I mean, they are in genuine contention now for a wild card, aren't they? I mean, what's the run home like? I mean, and if they were to make, I beg your pardon?
They've got a tough run.
After this week.
So if they make the wild card status, they've earned it.
Yeah, the tough part is I think it was Sydney Swans a number of years ago where they won 8 or 9 in a row to make the finals, but it just exhausts you because you're playing a final pretty much every single week in the run home. So I think if they can win one final, they'd be doing a good job. I don't think they can go further.
Well, just to make the finals would be extraordinary given what's happening.
Or would you be disappointed that they are showing what they can do and they're in this position?
Well, well, what it does do is make the job for Graham Wright and the selection panel, whoever that might be, to actually not appoint Josh Fraser. If he was to want the job and if he was to get them into a wildcard situation, how could you possibly go against him?
Damo, do you think they will need to, say if they say, this guy is our man, would they go up to him and say, you've got to change the way you're speaking and say, I am ready, I now believe? Like, when does he change the tone here, or will he never change unless they give him a wink that you're a big chance to
It's
get this?
pertinent you ask that, Llordo, because the narrative has changed ever so slightly. He inherited a 1-win, 8-loss team 6 weeks ago. 6 wins have followed. Now, the reason I say that, Llordo, publicly, he has been really adamant that he doesn't want the job. But just take a look at this cut down from day one through to yesterday after win number 6. Just a slight change in the words from Josh Fraser.
Well, I'm ambitious and I want to be a senior coach at some point. I guess as we stand here right now, I probably don't think I'm quite ready. I think I said on Friday, I don't consider this my job, but it's an interim role, but I feel like I've got a job to do. No change of heart at this point. It's no, I think I've got a long way to go and a lot to learn.
The more wins you get, does it more fuel the fire, or?
No, I think my answer will be consistent. I respect the questioning around it, but my answer is going to be pretty consistent. And off the emotion of a win, it's not going to change.
Is there any changes to your ambitions at all around this job?
No, I do respect the question, but no, I haven't changed my mind.
Is thinking long term about this job something you've entertained at all yet?
No, not at all.
Have you had any rethinking on your position?
No, I haven't.
Is the itch getting bigger to scratch given what's going on with this team?
Not a bigger itch.
I think he's been pretty consistent there.
Yeah, but he may never get the chance again, TJ, that he's now got. He is now 6 matches into this, and he is in the system as an assistant coach. This has got big on him. It's got big on the club in a positive way. The decisions to which you ask Llordo and ask about, Graham Wright's decision, it wasn't part of his thinking, I don't believe, 6 weeks ago, but it is now, and how they handle this period of time and how they handle the next 8 weeks. Still 8 matches of footy to go. Yep. He will not be making a decision, Graham Wright, until that's complete.
He doesn't get the role. He set himself up beautifully for another role in the AFL if one does come available.
He has.
What would be the one after this 3?
He has to leave Carlton, I would say.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Does he become a senior assistant somewhere, or would another club look at him? But
I don't know if he could stay at Carlton.
No, he can't.
If he doesn't get the senior job.
It's hard to, isn't it?
Well, it'll be hard on the senior coach when you're sitting in a box with a guy that actually took.
Why
him
not
to the
just
final.
come down to what he wants to do, though? If he wants
the senior
to stay,
coach wouldn't want him there. That's what we're saying. I think there'll be so many people who say if they're 0-4, or to start the season, you've got Josh Fraser sitting there. Everyone's going to say, "Why didn't we appoint him?" So I think that's why he needs to leave.
Okay, I can.
If he doesn't get it.
If he doesn't get it.
Is that the What's that segment called? Is that the Sloane Ranger sting I can hear?
Well, it must be having an impact on you, TJ, if you can't remember the name. That is me.
That's Willem.
That's not you.
Willem Drew. No, the Sloane
looks like
Rangers.
Willem Drew.
It is not Willem Drew. Well, no, he does play those sort of roles that we reward as a Sloane Ranger. And this week it's Harry Dean. Friend of the show, he's coming on later. But Harry Dean should be in the Black Boots. He's chalking up some great opponents that he has taken to town. I mean, Jake Waterman on the weekend, he averages 5 shots at goal. And he gave away one late in the game, Waterman. He could have kicked, but Cadman, Caddy, Henry, Mitch Georgiades, he has done some outstanding roles on some of the best players in the league. In his first year, I would love to play with Harry Dean. He's an absolute superstar. I can't wait to have him on the show a little bit later on for the Handball.
All right, look forward to it. MCG yesterday afternoon, it was Collingwood up against the Tigers. I'm a Collingwood fan. I love the fact that they got the 4 points, which was a hard watch at times.
Wasn't the greatest game of football at the MCG yesterday.
Did you stay for all 4 quarters?
Absolutely, I did, Tony. But there was one standout, and it was Jordan De Goey. I was there live yesterday, Tony. But Jordan De Goey, he made the ball sing yesterday. He's in career best form right now, where everybody else was fumbling. It was a little bit dewy because the dew had set in. He was clean. He was just precise by foot. 7 goal assists. Now, to put that into context, that is the second most of all time since records began in the AFL. He's level with a lot of other players. Stevie J is the #1 goal assist player with 10 in a game, but 7 goal assists yesterday for Jordan De Goey, career best form.
They were level at quarter time, Brownie, Collingwood and Richmond, and you're right, the skill level was poor. But this is what Richmond were blown away in the space of 10 minutes in the second quarter, and it's just moments like that, like basic fundamentals. You see a miss by Noah Bolter. This is another kick by Bolter. They just kept shooting themselves in the foot. So they're just 2 that hurt, but then these are basic moments. So this one's Campbell. Just AFL football. You just cannot, and then just a guy like Nick Dacos kicks his 3rd goal and punishes you. Lachie Schultz had a good day, but he was the beneficiary of turnovers again. So what's this? Handball. Campbell's out. How do you miss that at AFL football level? Like, you'd be shattered at junior level, elite junior levels if they're missing that. And then Collingwood on the flip side, they punish you off turnover better than anyone. They were disappointing themselves in some of these areas, but their good players punish you. So could have shown so many of these. I'm going to show one more after that. But again, Nick Vlauston, senior core experienced player. What is that? Like, so, yes, they are young, but these are experienced players who are also adding to this, and just basic fundamentals.
It doesn't matter how hard you try and how hard you want to defend. You cannot defend a poor turnover like that.
No, and it costs them time and time again.
They're a mess, Rory. They've had 9 wins under Adamuse's coaching from the 61 matches. And I know there's been injuries, and I know that they've given him a list that's very young and banged up. Yep. But 9 wins in 3 years.
Yeah, but Damo, you just glossed over the fact they've had injuries. Mate, they could barely field a side there at one point.
What Llordo just showed is not injury-driven, those disposals.
No, but when you trot out stats like that, in fairness to Adamuse,
I don't gloss over it. I factor it into what I just said. I said that before I said what I said.
Yeah, but it was an extraordinary set of injury circumstances.
Yeah, but it doesn't guarantee that when those guys get back that it's going to be any better, TJ.
So what do you want? Do you want him gone?
Improvement. No, I mean, we've had this conversation on this show and you immediately go to that. I keep saying he's contracted for 2028, but 9 wins in 3 years, it takes a toll. Winning and losing gets to you, as has happened to 2 coaches already this year. Llordo, I reckon Craig McRae on coaching is nearly coaching as well as at any stage of his life, given he's got 2 prelims and a grand final as well. So the matches they've got coming up, they could still figure in this wildcard round, despite them having, I would argue, TJ, as great an injury problem as Richmond, because they've got no full forward in Jamie Elliott, they've got no backman in Darcy Moore, and Braden Maynard's been missing.
Defensively, they're still stingy, aren't they? Like, they set up so well defensively, and they want to play a bit of chaos game too. And this is why guys like Dan Houston, Jordan De Goey are coming into the game a bit more, Brownie, because they want to take it on through the corridor. And I'm seeing that glimpse of like 2024, 2023 Collingwood, where the game's chaotic. They make it up as they go, but they want to attack through the corridor.
Absolutely.
Was there anyone anti-wild card when it first came on the scene?
I was, from the perspective of it rewarding teams down to 10 on the ladder, which will be ultimately potentially a losing season of football.
But have you come around now because there is genuine excitement?
Well, it could be Collingwood Carlton.
Yeah. And, well, those games that you highlighted there are like 8-point games for Collingwood because they're all around that sort of like competitive wildcard scenario.
It's going to get some excitement when it comes. So I still have an issue just in that big picture of going down to 10 out of 18 when it comes to rewarding with the officials' finals capacity.
Well, we know Hawthorn won't rely on a wild card. They are genuine top 4 material.
Yeah, they've been hot and cold the last couple of weeks in their 2 wins against Gold Coast and the Giants, but they're getting the job done, and different players are doing it, and it's the centre bounce stuff that they just smashed GWS, so they were good. And I think Will Day, I gave him best on ground. I thought he was magnificent in the game he played. John Newcombe, outstanding. That man McKenzie is just getting better and better as every week goes by. That's a Wizard Watson goal. But a big issue for the Giants is Briggs and Aliir are getting destroyed week in and week out, and that is really hurting the Giants. So, yeah, I just think they've got an issue. Aliir shouldn't be put in that position. He's a backman and he's being asked to play ruck and also forward and getting exposed. But, yeah, that's where the game was won and lost.
Injuries were a theme out of the game for both sides. Nick Watson kicked 3 goals in the match but wasn't seen after half-time. And he had this moment here where the hamstring awareness seemed to kick in, Roy. Now, he played beyond that point. He kicked 3 goals beyond that point. And it was a typical Nick Watson performance at that point, but that was him on the back half of the game. I'd be surprised if they risked him, but having said that, they've said at this stage that he's escaped any serious damage out of it. And from GWS's perspective too, it was sad in that footy sense to see Brent Daniels go down again with yet another soft tissue. He's so important to them. He's such a barometer for the performances of the club. And
looks bad too.
It does look as though he's not going to be seen again for the season, Rory. And then this was the big one too, Max Grishevsky, who got back into the team on the back of Jesse Hogan being out. Jesse Hogan may be out for the remainder of the year too with a serious finger injury to go with his hip problems and feet problems. But that is a patella dislocation for Max Grishevsky, who was trying to establish himself as a
Josh Kelly,
player.
will he be seen?
It's got to round 16 and it was always going to be line ball in my eyes. They initially mentioned about this period, but I haven't heard recently, Llordo.
The round 16 action got underway at the Gabba on Thursday night with Brisbane scoring a big win over the Sydney Swans. We have fallen into the trap before of writing Brisbane off prematurely, only for them to come back and bite us on the proverbial. They're really starting to look the goods again, aren't they?
They are. They're hungry again. And I saw a hunger from their midfield that I haven't seen for a while. And it started with all their tackles around Sydney. They put their midfield under the pump. They pressured them well and they scored from stoppages too.
What happened to Sydney?
Well, for Sydney to win the flag, they've got to be able to stop the opposition ball movement, and they've lost to the 3 teams immediately below them. They haven't played Fremantle yet, and it's been happening in the 2 grand finals they've played. So let's have a look at when the game's not on their terms, what are they doing? So have a look at Ashcroft here, number 10. When the ball gets out into the open space, Sydney are good enough to get this ball back against the also-rans and the teams down the bottom. But who's running with Ashcroft? This is just an easy inside forward 50 ball. Who's running with him from that back end? And this is when they can't stop opposition sides. So there's a lot of time to get back on your men. Now, Tom McCartan, it might not be his man that he's coming up on Rayner here, but is he defending for his life on Rayner here? Or is he just letting Rayner go through a contest and kick an easy goal? Against the poorer sides, you can get away with that. But not against Brisbane, not against Geelong, not against Hawthorn, definitely not against Fremantle. Look at the ball movement here that Sydney can't stop. And Brisbane are very good at this, as we know, but you should be able to stop this ball movement through the middle. And it's just easy. Harris Andrews, take your pick. And there's Sydney players jogging everywhere at the back. It's like a training drill, that. This is a side that's second on the ladder, who a lot of people think can contend in September. Again, this one here. They get it from the back end, and Sydney need to be able to stop this to win a flag. Good mark by Charlie Cameron, I must admit. But then he looks up, and the dangerous space is out the back. And we're going to pause it out the back. I'm going to have a look at a couple of players. So this is a dangerous space out here. This is Nick Blakey. He's not defending anybody. He's defending the boundary, and he allows that space to go. He expects Chad Warren to do the job. They don't kick a goal out of that, but at the moment, they don't defend well enough against the good sides.
Don't forget, a little later on in the handball, we've got Carlton duo Matty Cottrell and Harry Dean. Very much looking forward to having a chat with those guys. And I don't know, you said, Damo, that you saw me with a harmonica.
I did see it.
I may have something in my inside pocket here, okay, but we'll find out a little later on.
Don't use it.
I beg your pardon?
Don't use it before you give it to me.
No. Deep dive, you brought along a special guest.
I have a man who changed the course of a final in a way we've never seen. It's been rarely seen, I would say.
Wow, that is a tease and a half. Also, Nathan's quiz. But right now, it's time for What Caught My Eye. And kicking it off is the king of comedy in Rory Sloan.
Hey, I got this from Wardrobe during the week, and maybe they're a bit on edge from some of TJ's mishaps across the years, bringing in his own laundry, Damo, I think you told me. But look, it says we were just here and wondering if Rory had some stocking shirts. Yep. If you could share his number, we'd love to get these shirts back, all right? And then I got this follow-up one from Wardrobe, and I just want to, please disregard the email. I've managed to track them down. I put them in Damo's section. I want to highlight same size, different sleeve length. Okay, and I took, it's fair to say I I took offence to this. And I just want to eliminate any confusion that Damo and I are the same size. So this is me in the gym, okay? So here I am in the gym lifting and, lifting all sorts of weights on there. 100 and something. Go Crows. Here's Damo in the gym. And just to make sure there's no more confusion at all, I've even got a photo of me. That's me on the bike.
Give us a You do look good.
Look at me, I'm glowing. So, please, Damo, we are not the same size, and I've got a much greater sleeve length.
I've got longer arms, though.
Do you ask for a different sleeve length, though, with your shirt?
No, I haven't, but they have actually put in little embedders in the sleeve length.
Not that you didn't ask for that?
I didn't ask for it. No.
You should have seen the look on your face when Rory showed a shot of him all buffed up. Like,
wasn't happy?
You look good.
Oh, you're not happy at all.
When was that taken? When was that? When you played?
Last week.
It's got to be. AI's got a lot to answer for. Damo.
Footy seasons, as we know, TJ, are marathons, and that's just not for those people who play the game. It's actually for all of us in the media too, because even polished performers, you get to round 15, round 16 of any given season, and even they can short-circuit, as the great James Brayshaw discovered this week.
You're a great man. Now, Fat. Yes, no, it's been very nice down here.
He just lost his way, completely lost his way, which of course...
What, for half a second?
I think it just cut out a little bit too soon there. I don't know what...
We didn't say that bad.
Can we play it again?
Can we play it again?
No?
Maybe not. We're going
Now, Fat. No, it's been very nice down here.
No, they cut it too early.
Keep going, mate.
I'll keep going. The only reason...
Get to the funny part.
The only reason we ran it anyway was to get to what is really funny, and that's you, Browny, and Tom Morris.
Okay, Tigers, you got some selection news there?
The Tiger. What selection news do I have to say about the Tiger? Oh no, Richmond's welcome out back some players, but the selection news I have is around Tom Stewart.
Thanks to everybody helped us out, put this to get out to the end of the art. How going to finish off with that? Damien Hardwick on the Triple M Harvey replay screen.
So we short circuit. Our technical department just short circuited there.
Oh, geez, you
came back well. You came back well.
But you're going to have to front up to James Brayshaw at some point.
No, we did it yesterday on Triple M as well. So we're
you're just regurgitating stuff, are you?
Well, it's a different audience, TJ. Different audience. And
it's an audience.
It's a visual. Yeah. No, we don't need any more audience on Triple M. We are flying. Flying, TJ.
Actually,
best ratings in 25 years.
Since 2005, best. We're going to get it. Don't worry about it. Tell you what, I was very surprised you didn't get this question right last week. Which bulldog would you associate with KFC? Okay.
Chicken.
Riley Sanders. Riley Sanders is right, Damo. It's chicken. Oh, that's KFC. Chicken. But you're KFC's main man. You've got a plaque. Let's have a look. You got your own plaque. Oh, yum, 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 yum. Oh, that's good. How much can I get in my mouth? Oh, I can't wait. But look, oh, that's good.
Looking good.
Sorry, is that it?
Yeah, that is it, yeah.
No, surely there's something else coming.
The old ones out.
Right, get it off.
That's good.
There's something. No, there must be something.
No, there's nothing else.
That's it.
Yeah, that was it.
Delivery was different.
You queried mine.
Yeah, it was a stretch when Jack gave it to me, but I made the best. You made good with that.
The sound effects are great.
Now, I think it's fair to say that the majority of these guys on the panel love the cash, right? And none more so than you, Matthew Lloyd. Here you were at the opening. I think it was a Chemist Warehouse the other day. You haven't even cut the ribbon. And already the guy is having to stand there with the cheque in his hand. Or should I say the bulging envelope in his hand. You've no shame.
No, I reckon this has been done before on this show, isn't it?
No, I haven't seen that. No, keep going, TJ.
The problem is, mate, you've done it so often you think it's been done on the show.
That was a love job for my career club.
How much is that?
Nothing.
A love job?
Love job for my career club, Bentley A&A.
Oh, yeah.
Where was that?
No, Matthew.
Looked like 7.
No, nothing. Nothing.
You don't do love jobs.
No, I do.
No, you don't.
Is that it?
Well,
So if anyone else needs an opening with a ribbon and scissors, Llordo's your man.
But just have the cheque ready.
Yeah. Okay.
Browny, I don't go out on a limb too often making statements, but I made one about you, which I'm disappointed about because of what happened in the aftermath. But here's a statement I made in the last couple of weeks. It's habits that are involved from such a young age. So, Brownie, I don't want to embarrass you. Brownie's a beautiful kick of the football, right? And his hands and how you held the footy was perfect. Yeah, Brownie. So I think you are one of the great kicks the game's ever seen. I went out and I made a big statement about you, and you loved it too, mind you. Yeah. But here is you at a footy clinic during the week.
At AFL Max.
At AFL Max. Here's the skilled one. Actually,
the other ball hit it.
So we got jellyfish vision sent to us of you, Brownie. Could not hit your foot.
You give TJ so much shit.
Yeah. The ball hit the other ball. James Podsy Adley, that's uncalled for.
That's good, Llordo. Well done, Llordo. That's good.
That is great. Good work. All right, that is what caught my eye for this Sunday. We'll take a break. Plenty of football, plenty of everything else to talk about right after this. Nothing quite like a showdown. 60 of them now, done and dusted. And for Port Adelaide, this was one to remember.
And Adelaide's had the wood over Port for the last 9 years. And this was huge. Standalone fixture, Saturday night, huge game. First half was electric. Port's pressure was enormous. And one of the stars of the Port Adelaide Footy Club has been good enough to join us. Mitch Georgiades, welcome to the show this morning, mate, after what I'd say is one of the best showdown wins, I think, in your guys' recent memory.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. That was a great win. It was definitely, like you said, one of the best showdowns I've been a part of. Obviously, at the start of the year, they got us over us late in the game. So to win that one was a nice one.
For those of you who aren't in Adelaide, like the external noise around this showdown was pretty extreme around Adelaide winning this game, and by a fair margin. Did you guys listen to much of that or hear much of that? And did that drive you guys? Because you guys came out steaming with your pressure.
Yeah, it's hard not to hear that in this town. We definitely went into the game as underdogs, and we sort of used that to channel our energy and pressure. It's something that we knew a showdown's all about pressure, and if we could bring that, it certainly put us in good space. So, it was a good one to be part of.
Zach Butters won the showdown medal. He was outstanding. I mean, his ball use was great. He was hard at the football, as we know. As a teammate, do you think that you're going to have Zach Butters at your footy club next year?
Look, I always hope so. Obviously, he's still got some decisions to make at the end of the year, and but I mean, you can't question his output on the field when you see the stuff he does week in, week out. He leads from the front for this club, and last night was another great example of that. I mean, you go to war with this kid, and he's a good one to have. But hopefully next year.
It must fill you with dread, though, to think that one day next season you might actually be playing against him.
Yeah, that would be a weird thing to come across. Again, who knows what happens. We've certainly, he's my housemate. We've certainly had a fair share of fights along the way. So, I mean, if it ever does come to that, I'm sure we're not used to it. We'll be used to it.
Who does the housework? That is the cleanest house I think we've seen on any. It looks like a display home.
A pizza oven out the back there?
Pizza oven out the back, yeah, great setup. Certainly not Zach. He's not the one in charge of cleaning, so. Well, it's probably not me either.
And is he in the house watching the show somewhere, and is in his room somewhere?
No, he just left the house, thank God. It'd be hard to do it with him here.
And whose house is it? Sorry, last one on that.
This is my house, yeah. So he's renting off me this year, so cash might be going up a little bit.
Just on the season that you guys have had, so I'm pleased for the win last night because you've had so many tight losses. Have you thought, what could have been this year with how many tight losses you have had?
Yeah, it's certainly been that year. I think we've had now 5 games under a goal, and a goal each way, and the season might look a little bit different. But I mean, as a club, we take a lot of confidence out of it. We've got a lot of young boys out there each week, and even on the weekend. We lose a couple of injuries last week, and some new boys come in and they stand up, play their role, and so it's exciting going forward. Obviously, it could have been another couple of wins would have certainly been nice, but I mean, there's a lot of positive stuff coming out of our footy club, I think.
Mitch, I fear you're costing yourself a common medal chance this year with your kicking. You're still a chance, but you're about 9 off the lead, but 34-38. What's happened?
It's a great question. I don't know what's happened. That's probably the great thing. I mean, I feel like it's a combination of some of the shots I'm getting. They feel like they're wide and far out. So I know it's going to be harder to kick those ones. So for me, it's about challenging where I can get easier shots from. And a lot of the time I feel like I'm kicking them well, and I'm just missing slightly by a metre each side. So I've got a strong routine. Hopefully I can cover more and go through. It would be certainly nice.
And the hanger last night was a highlight within the game itself.
Yeah, it was nice. I've actually mentioned it during the week. I haven't taken one for a while, so to get up there and to actually hold one was a nice one to stick.
If you need any kicking tuition, Nathan Brown here, we saw some extraordinary footage just before, so he's your man.
I need it. I'm all ears, so whatever you got, let me know.
And Mitch, Josh Carr, I think he's only lost one showdown as a player and a coach, and that was earlier this year. Now, he's been unbelievable this year. I think you guys set up a bit better defensively than you have been before, but I could be wrong. But what's he brought to the table this year and been the biggest change under his coaching regime?
I think the greatest thing about Curry is his honesty, his calmness. Obviously, some of the close games and the close losses, I think each week approaching it, regardless of the result, are the same. And in a game, he's very cool-headed. So that's probably the biggest thing taken out of Curry. Obviously, there's some system changes as well. But you look at Curry and the way he played as a footy player and the way he coaches, they're probably pretty similar. What he wants from the club is pressure, aggression, and that's what we brought out last night.
Now, Mitch, this is a serious question, believe it or not. So when we were in Adelaide during Gather Round, Damo threw up this idea about having a showdown at the MCG, which I must admit I thought was ridiculous at the time, but I have actually come around to it. What would you think about staging a showdown at the MCG as a one-off or two-off or whatever?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I mean, I feel like it's a thing for Adelaide. I don't know. That's a hard one.
Be honest, because I thought it was ridiculous.
Personally, I like just keeping it in Adelaide.
Yeah.
I think it's a thing for the state.
Silly idea, Damo.
It's hard to take it away from our supporters, and it's so good for this state. So I don't think I'd like to see it anywhere else.
Fair enough.
If you want to go
95,000 people watching the Rugby League, Queensland, New South Wales 2 weeks ago. So it can be done.
Well, Llordo said we should never have a state of origin again after...
No, we shouldn't, but the NRL chooses to take New South Wales and Queensland out of...
Just saying. It'll
happen one day.
You got one wrong. It's okay.
Like all my mates, if you
Damo.
want to go to a showdown, come over to Adelaide and get yourself involved. Zach Butter's got the perfect 10. Horn Francis, 9. Jordan Sweet was enormous in that midfield. And Mitch, you got the 8 votes as well, so well done.
Nice work, Mitch. And this is the biggest prize pack in the business, a family pass to Victoria's wildest theme park. When you're over here, come by a world, thrill rides, water slides and wildlife experiences all in one location. A Heat Fit membership, combined bodyweight and boxing for a full body workout made to meet the moment. Look and feel your best no matter the activity with Travis Matthew apparel, a box of Chrome Tour golf balls, umbrella, golf towel and a cap thanks to Callaway. So have no excuses next time hit the course. And Bar Fridges Australia are back for all your beer and wine cooling needs. Bar Fridges Australia, your one-stop shop. And a pair of Aquillas. There's lots of Aquillas going out there. Premium quality footwear since 1958. And a pair of Rick's eyewear. Eyewear that inspires confidence. And Platform 28, the best pub in the Docklands, just near Marvel Stadium here. A free meal and elevate your wardrobe. Streetwear style thanks to St. Goliath. And 2 pairs of hybrid undies from the Better collection. They've sewn elastic into it so there's no chafe, which is really good for me. And if you're watching at home, your first pair is half price. I've got big legs, Tony.
And a very small brain.
He's got big legs.
It says here, maximum support and no chafe.
I know, but people are having breakfast at the moment and all they can picture is you're chafing.
You're chafing?
Oh, whatever. All right. Hey, Mitch, good on you, mate. Thanks very much for joining us and well done again on the win last night. And Rory's going to bring all that prize pack over with him when he comes home.
No chance.
Sounds good.
All right, good on you, Mitch. All right, we'll take a break on the Sunday Footy Show. I'm still intrigued who your special guest is on Deep Dive.
There's a famous commentary line to it.
Yeah.
I see it, but I don't believe it.
Right. OK, we're getting closer. We'll take a break. When we come back, though, it's the Magpies win over the Tigers. The Sunday Footy Show is what you are watching at the moment. It's great to have your company once more. If you're a Collingwood supporter, you're going to love this next segment.
You can't win pretty every week. Sometimes you've got to tick off the 4 points, and that's what Collingwood did. 31 scoring shots to 17. Schultz was fantastic with 4. Nick Dacos dominant again with 3 goals. And Josh Dacos always very good. And Dan Houston, one of his better games. And Tim Taranto on his way to another best and fairest, I'd say, at the Richmond Football Club. I liked his game of football. But, yeah, Lachie Schultz, Browny, kicked 4 4 goals, which is a great return for a small forward.
Yeah, he did. And you know what you're going to get with Lachie Schultz? He's an extraordinary hard worker. So as a half forward, I still think it's the hardest position to play in football. You're limited to what you can do and your impact on the game. But if you work hard like he does, pressures, and what he's really good at that people don't give him a lot of credit for, he's very strong in the air. So he takes a really good mark, Lachie Schultz. And he got the benefit late, which was really nice because he did work extremely hard throughout the game and finished with 4 goals and just picking up some slack where they've lost Jamie Elliott.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, Llordo, given he is out for the year now, Jamie Elliott, can you play him as a full forward, Lachie Schultz, like St Kilda has been with Liam Ryan?
Some of those marks we just saw there, yeah, he wouldn't have probably be doing that if it wasn't for if Elliott was in the team. So yeah, he has changed his role a little bit and should benefit from it. Nick Dacos, brilliant again. So 37 disposals. It's one of those guys that can just put the foot down. So he
started slow.
Yeah, he did, and he had started slow, quiet first half. Only had, when I say only, 25 disposals to 3/4 time.
Yeah, 12 at half time.
Yeah, 12 at half time.
25 was a good day for me.
And then, but he's so fit and he just runs them off their feet. So you can't hold him down. Can't hold good men down.
Good, he's hitting the scoreboard too, Llordo. You talk about the goals kicked per game for even the greats in the game. He's getting that number up to about a goal a game.
Spot on.
Yeah.
There was an incident during the game and also during one of the breaks. Dan McStay and Lachie Schultz, and there just seemed to be a little bit of tension, maybe a few words. I mean, it's not exactly Max Gawn versus Stephen May, but clearly there was a little bit of tension there. Is that a good thing?
Yeah, absolutely it is. Any feedback players can give each other on the ground, whether you agree with it or not, is a good thing because it gives you a chance to respond, have a chat, and this is what good captains do. Captains go over and make sure there's some clarity between both players. So that was handled perfectly.
Good by Dacos.
Yeah, great by Dacos.
The best over the years was Nick Maxwell and Shaw and Heath Shaw and those types.
Yeah,
They used to, he'd push and shove them, and that was that sort of thing, and that's why they were a good, strong side.
Did you ever have any interaction?
Yeah, and I'll never forget one of the best was James Hird and Damien Cupido in a final. Do you remember that? He just wrapped his arm around him. You can do it many different ways, but James would do it constantly. Very, very good in that regard. In terms of the votes, Jordan De Goey, Browny touched on him earlier. He and Nick, I couldn't split. So Josh Dacos gets a 7 and Tim Taranto kicking 4 goals in a losing side.
Who does the Brownlow 3 go to if you had to choose from the
I
umpires?
reckon it'll end up going to Nick.
Yeah.
Just because of the bulk of disposals that he had.
And they'll overcompensate for the last couple of years. He's owed one, isn't he, Nick?
He's had a couple.
He's owed a couple, Brownlows, yeah.
And a few best and fairest.
Yeah, Collingwood cost him last year.
So you're going to run with that if he wins by 2 votes? You're just going to run with that about how they overcompensated?
Circle back to me.
We'll take a break. You are watching the Sunday Footy Show. He's been teasing us all morning about who his special guest might be. And what was that clue you had?
I see it, but I don't believe it.
Yep. Anthony Hudson to join us right after the break here on the Sunday Footy Show.
Welcome back to the Sunday Footy Show. It's Sunday agenda time. The footy world was in shock 10 days ago.
Sorry, Damo. OK, it started off as Llordo's deep dive. What's happened, mate?
We'll do it in the next segment, TJ.
Is there a hiccup?
He hasn't answered just yet. So I'll try and get him in the next segment.
Sorry, Damo.
So, as I said, TJ, 10 days ago, the footy world was in shock when Tony Modra had been revealed was in a serious truck accident. His conduit, Rory, the great Mark Risciuto, has been the family's point of contact for distributing information to the media. And last night, Mark Risciuto was able to, on Fox Footy, reveal that Tony Modra wanted this statement made to the footy world.
G'day everybody. I'm really looking forward to watching tonight's showdown. I've heard I've had a lot of support, not by just Crows fans, but Port fans as well. So I'd just like to thank everybody. Hope everyone has a great night tonight. Looking forward to the friendly banter and the two teams putting on a great show for South Australia. Enjoy the game and make sure you drive home safe.
It's very confronting, isn't it? It must be for you in particular, Rory, I mean outside of his family, for someone who knows Tony Modra so well.
Yeah, it was tough to listen to, but it was also beautiful to listen to as well because we haven't heard from Mods for a long period and you can hear how tough it was for him to speak still. So there is a long road to recovery. He is in some pain, but it was great to get some messages back from him last night, and he's the most vibrant personality. Like, if you came to a Showdown or if you came to an Adelaide game, he's running functions, he's mixing and mingling with people. He's so loved and he's always so up and about. So, yeah, we love you, Mods, and hopefully we get to see Mods soon.
The AFL has arguably created a problem out of nowhere with how it's adjudicating shots at goal after a siren. It happened with Nick Watson some weeks ago. It happened again in this round with Logan Morris. And his coach, Chris Fagan of the Brisbane Lions, yesterday spoke on ABC Radio, I think raising a pertinent point with the aftermath of the AFL now admitting that the decision it made against Logan Morris was wrong.
I think in this instance, when the siren had gone and there was no more play to be had, he clearly kicked the goal. The umpire put the two hands up for the goal. I think that we should get those 6 points, personally, because it might come down to percentage at the end of the year. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
Not that individual things are important, but Logan's pretty high up in the Coleman medal. Yeah. So what if he loses by one, or he's equal? I think in this instance, it's quite unique. I would actually give him the goal, but that's not up to me, is it?
Yeah. Well, I reckon they're valid points from Chris Fagan.
Absolutely.
The fact that it was a stop of play, so they can change the score without it affecting how the game flowed. And from the personal perspective of Logan Morris's Coleman medal chances.
I don't agree. I think they made a mistake, and obviously you can't just tack on 6 points and a goal to a player that was... The umpire's made an error and we just have to live with it.
Can't go back and change every error, though.
Llordo, would you be saying this if it affected Essendon?
100% I would.
Oh, come on. If you missed out on a home final because of percentage, when you know that was
every
wrong...
mistake. So that's not the first mistake the AFL has
You can't go back and do every mistake.
No, what's your view, Damo?
Well, they once changed the result of a football match, the famous game in Tasmania between the Dockers and St Kilda.
Yeah.
The AFL Commission, post that game, changed the result.
Yeah, once in the history, but everyone else we haven't done that for.
I think Brisbane would have every right to be screaming blue murder if that was to affect the outcome of the machinations of the
Ben
finals.
Keys, and all that. Yeah.
That was in play, Llordo. That wasn't a stop play. That is a mistake.
It was a mistake as well.
Yeah, but that was the ball got kicked out. This is time had stopped. Time was finished in that moment. So, look, I can see both sides of the argument.
Why not eliminate all confusion? Like, I find it strange that you can step off your mark anyway when the siren's gone.
Yeah.
And you can snap. I just think
you never used to be allowed to do that.
Never.
That's a new thing that's come in recently in the last maybe 10 years with, I think, Stevie J kicking around the body like he did. But back in the day, you always had to line up straight. There was no coming in from the side.
And if you take the mark on the boundary late in the game, it's like, well, too bad. You didn't take the mark in the corridor. That's what you get for getting forced wide. So.
Essendon to play North Melbourne today. It will be game number 4 for Dean Solomon in his interim coaching capacity. On Friday, the Bombers announced publicly their plans around the finding of their new coach. It's a selection panel that is purely and truly Essendon people. Every single name on the screen there is connected to the football club either through the board or through the executive of the football club. It's very Essendon way of doing things, and I don't raise that for anything other reason than to say that I feel, Llordo, it does increase the possibilities of James Hird getting the job when it's all flushed through.
Yeah, I look forward to it now getting started, and I think Carlton will be working behind the scenes at getting things going as well. So the only thing I'd said yesterday was, I would have probably liked to have seen someone who was coached on that panel, but aside from that, it all gets going.
Would you be part of the process if they asked you to be, as a coach?
No.
Why?
No, I don't have an interest, TJ, coaching at AFL.
Why was Damo pumping up his
I appreciate that. Damo thinks that I'd be worthy of that, which I appreciate his opinion. Yeah, but no, like
if they offered you a senior assistant role to a James Hird or a Dean Solomon?
No, I just love the balance I have in my life, Damo, and sort of going full 24/7. I just don't really want that at this stage.
And take a pay cut.
No.
No more cashies at Chemist Warehouse.
Might open up those doors even more, TJ. I don't know.
All right. Good work, Damien Barrett. Was it Damien Barrett or Nick Larkey there a couple of times?
Why is that?
Well, you were the one who went capacity. Oh, OK, we're getting the look. All right, we'll take a break. You are watching the Sunday Footy Show. Before we go, I just want to tell you about this, though, The Long Run. Now, this really is an inspirational sporting documentary, probably the documentary event of the year in many ways. Legends Jonathan Thurston and Buddy Franklin joined 12 Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island men and women to attempt the New York City Marathon. Now, this incredible film shows the physical and emotional highs and lows of a challenge that becomes about far more than running. We're talking about exploring courage, culture, identity, and the power of taking on something much bigger than yourself. The Long Run. It premieres Sunday, June 28, tonight at 8 p.m. on 9, and stand. It is a beautiful city, and Perth's upcoming sporting calendar is absolutely unmissable, including blockbuster AFL clashes, and of course the only place in Australia to see Italian soccer giants Juventus, Inter Milan, AC Milan and Palermo, and of course in the NRL you've got Melbourne Storm taking on Manly. Storm coming a cropper again last night, unfortunately. As Australia's sunniest capital city, Perth is a perfect weekend away while watching your team. Speaking of teams, let's take a look at another couple in action yesterday.
Yeah, Carlton taking on the West Coast Eagles, won their 6th in a row, Tony. And Harry Mackay was outstanding. Burn kicked 3. West Coast really couldn't hit the scoreboard too much early, and they got out to a 6 or 7 goal lead and probably held that for most of the game. Walsh has been outstanding since Josh Fraser's taken over. Cripps and Benny Ainsworth have been a really good pickup for them this year. I just wanted to touch on their defence. We're all talking about how good they've been attacking-wise, Llordo, but the defence under Josh Fraser compared to Michael Voss is a 35-point difference. Have a look at that. Opening round around 101 points, but on average 66, and obviously we're going to have Harry Dean on the program later on in the Handball. Ask him about it, but they've got Waitering back in recent weeks, and they are looking nice.
That is massive, isn't it? That is huge.
Bigger than I thought, too.
Yeah,
what do you think? What do you put it down to?
Well, it's not as if they're playing safer. They're actually playing more bolder with the football. So sometimes you can stop that by playing safe with the footy.
6 goals per match difference.
It is just staggering.
I mean, I don't. When we catch up with Harry and Matty Cottrell a little later on, I don't expect them to sort of go outside the company lines by saying, oh, Josh is much better at this, Josh is much better at that. I get that and respect that. But there's got to be something which has made this team the team it is in the past 6 weeks.
I reckon we've shown a couple of those clips where they just structure up a little bit with a bit better balance. They hold corridor way more. They can defend through there now, where they used to get exposed through there. And as you said, Browny, leak 100 goals a game. So I think they structure up differently, but it's position-based. They're no longer all in on one ball. They let someone else put some effort into those efforts.
Yeah, Ben Ainsworth was a top 5 draft pick. I think he was taken pick 4 to the Gold Coast Suns back in his draft year, and found his way on the trade table to Carlton, and now we just see what he's doing. So everyone's asking the question around the Suns and say, what's wrong with them? They've lost pieces of the puzzle, and he was someone that they let go.
But he's playing more midfield time as well, so he's not just playing high half forward. He's going up, genuine playing on ball, some stoppages as well. So he's playing the Shea Bolton type role at the moment.
Yeah, probably what he craved at the Suns, but they had too many blokes ahead of him, and now he gets that opportunity.
All right, let's have a look at the votes from yesterday's game. I thought Paddy Cripps was outstanding again. Ainsworth, that man we just spoke about. Harry Mackay doesn't need to kick 5 or 6 goals to be in the best players. I thought he was terrific, and George Hewitt coming back nicely as well.
All right, terrific stuff. We'll be coming back very shortly. Mate, what is going on, by the way? I've never pumped up a segment more than I have for yours.
I've lost my nerve and my confidence, so I don't know what to say.
Dustin Fletcher didn't answer him either.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. So this
guy, though, stands up in big moments. I'm expecting him to stand up again and not let me down.
Well, we're running out of moments for him to stand up in this particular program. And also quiz. Now, I see Rocco over there.
Yeah.
Have you sacked James, your quiz writer?
I banished him today, so he only kicked 2 goals yesterday out of 17.
Isn't he?
So he was disappointing. I've never seen a man walk in as flat. They won the game, mind you, and our quiz writer kicked 2 and he's flat.
He is, isn't he? I didn't even know he was on today. So Rocco's been the quiz writer, and you are the quiz host, and we'll be seeing that very shortly.
Quizmaster.
And maybe you can just call me Tony. And maybe we'll be seeing Llordo's segment with his special guest.
Was that a bit of meat stuck in your throat?
A bit of pastry, actually. All right, we'll take a break. You are watching the Sunday Footy Show.
Time for everybody's favourite segment, Brownie's Quiz, brought to you by Sportsbet. $250 on the line. And a very good morning to you too, Tony Barber. Mate, all is possible. Damo.
I'm playing today, Brownie, for Tracy Richards in Morwell in Victoria.
I'm playing for Sue Lewis in Narre Warren, or Nazawaza. Hey, Lord, are you in a bit of a form slump at the moment? You look kind of like Carlton at the start of the year.
I'm feeling like the Bombers right now. Alex Pilkides from Doncaster, Victoria.
And from Lara in Victoria, I'm playing for Talia Helps. Good on you, Talia. That's very nice. Talia Helps.
250 on the line. So the theme is questions 1 to 10. Question 1 will be about number 1. So think of number 1s in the competition. Question 2 will be about number 2s. All right.
Number 2.
So question
Sounds
number
like
1.
Sounds like a crap segment.
That didn't make sense.
Number 2.
You know what I mean?
Tony Jones, number 2s.
1.
Oh, really?
One for Llordo. Okay.
Cheap shots.
Name a premiership captain who wore the... I must say, this is since 2000. Okay? We had to help Rory out. So since 2000, all these answers, number 1 to 10. So number 1, name a premiership captain who wore number 1.
Any hints, Browny?
Since 2000. 2 interstate clubs. Incorrect. Barry Hall and Warren Treadray both wore.
Well, how can
number
it be
1?
incorrect if no one actually offered an answer?
Famous faces. Tom Harley started his career at which club?
And it wasn't
Port
about
Adelaide.
He did, Llordo. Good start.
But I'm always getting the negatives.
Some great players.
You're not feeling it.
Some great
Go
players.
through them, please, Nathan.
Hey?
Surely Judd can't have a negative.
They all wore number 9.
I'll go Juddy.
Juddy. No, they didn't all wear number 9.
When did Hugh McCluggage wear number 9?
Plus 3. Very nice.
Sam Mitchell didn't wear number 9.
I don't think it is. I think I got that one wrong. Okay. For 2 points, name all the clubs since 2000 who have won 3 or more premierships.
Ken Hinkie. Richmond, Geelong and Hawthorn.
As we speak. Brisbane?
Yes, that is correct. -1 to you, Rory, and 1 to Damo. Dustin Martin wore number 4 and went pick number 3 in the 2009 National Draft. Who was drafted pick 4 to Fremantle?
And it wasn't about the
Matthew
money.
Pavlich.
Incorrect, but managed just 26 games due to constant knee injuries.
Yeah,
I know this.
you should know.
Was he Richmond?
Anthony
Morabito.
Yeah.
Morabito. Nobody's
Hang on,
got that
chicken.
one.
Morabito.
No, Tony.
No, bad luck.
The 2008, this is question 5. The 2008 grand final was decided by 5 points. Who won the Norm Smith medal that day?
And what year?
2018.
That's different to 8. As we speak. And the 2018 Norm Smith medal was won by Luke Shuey.
Correct, Damo.
Sorry,
it was decided by 5 points.
This is a debacle, this quiz.
Let's go with your man, Barry Hall.
Oh.
+1.
Can I just ask, Rocco?
Yep.
I thought this was based on number 4s because I was looking over your shoulder when you were doing it. And Jason Dunstall won 4, Gary Ablett won number...
That's the run-on questions that you were trying to cheat with.
Which is just an admission he's cheated there, Browny.
Well, I did this morning, yeah.
Now, question 6. That's about 6.
Okay.
Like Llordo, who was Mr. Goal after the siren, name a number 6.
Brad Johnson.
Brad Johnson, famous faces, Llordo. Good morning to Jono.
Didn't you say take that out?
I will go Hugh McCluggage.
Huge.
Dangerous.
You can steal a point off someone,
Sorry,
Llordo. Okay, for 2 points, question number 7. What years did Nat Fyfe win his Brownlows?
As we speak. 2015.
Correct.
And 2019.
Correct, Damien. That is a good get. For 2 points, that's nice. Okay, number 8. Which retired forward has kicked the most goals of any number 8 since 2000?
And it wasn't
Jack
about the
Rewalt.
money.
Jack Rewalt. Llordo's getting a pick.
I get it. So the
Dangerous,
number
Llordo.
corresponds with the question.
Yeah,
I'm in
it
trouble
does.
here, Damo.
8 questions.
He
in
might
total.
lose 3 here, Llordo.
Yeah, I know.
What a shame if he did.
When you're ready.
Is that Kelly? Is that
Waiting on you, Llordo.
James
Waiting
Kelly,
on
is
Nick
it, or
Davis. Yes.
James Kelly?
Scotty West had the run. Daniel Kearney, Tim Notting, Sam Mitchell, and our man that hasn't turned up yet. He's always a risk today.
I can't win one.
Hang on, can we adjust Llordo's score, please?
They did.
Bad luck, Llordo.
Okay, for 2 points. Name Brownlow medalists who wore the number 9.
And it wasn't about the money.
Cousins.
Cousins is right. You got a good 2.
2 and
As we speak. As we speak.
-1.
Out. Cousins and Crawford.
yeah,
That is correct. You could add Trent Koch and Patrick Cripps,
So 2
Lockie
more points
Neal.
there.
What year was Croft?
2000 and something.
Hang on.
99.
Well, you said everything post 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. That's all
But I
right.
still got the question
I
right.
played 303 games for 5 points.
Is this a number?
Who am I? 10. I have 1 All-Australian blazer for 4 points. I won
And it wasn't
3
about the money.
grand finals.
Is this for a tie, Llordo, if you get it?
What number did you say?
10.
As we speak. Is he out? Is he
No,
buzzed out?
you take
He's
it.
out.
Marcus Ashcroft.
Incorrect. I finished my career at Richmond in 2022.
This is a stupid quiz.
10. Oh, Shane Edwards.
Shane Edwards for 1 point, Rory. But Damo, clear winner, out on 6. Well done.
And that was for Tracy Richards from Morwell in Victoria.
Hang on, can we just get a close-up of Llordo?
He gets dirty.
You are
The only one more competitive is Harry Dean. I've seen him out the back warming up. but I am steaming.
That's obvious. So 250 coming your way. Well done. If you want to join in, the screen right there. Tony, it took you 8 questions to figure out what the quiz was about.
I can't believe how slow
everybody else got it.
Come on.
Sorry?
Catch up. It's like you're in Adelaide time. You're a bit slow today, TJ.
You'll get yours on the handball. But up next, without further ado, Llordo's Deep Dive with his special guest.
Welcome back to the Sunday Footy Show. And it is now time for the Deep Dive. And we've been teasing this special guest all morning. And this one game changed this man's life. It was the 2005 semi-final, Sydney v Geelong. And one man changed that whole game, and that is Nick Davis. Nick, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Boys, thanks for me. As usual, I just thought I'd wait to the last quarter of the show to do something. So, thanks for having me.
You're obviously tied up making the bed, etc. there, so...
my now current role at the Sydney Roosters, so we got the bye. So on holidays up on the central coast of New South Wales.
Hey, Nick, you played 168 games for 235 goals. You had 4 years at the Pies and 6 years at the Swans, but none was more famous in this game. And Damo, you're going to kick off how the game was set
Well, this deep dive, as you know, Llordo, was all about that man on screen and what he did in the last quarter. But let's just remind ourselves what happened to that point. So Geelong led the entire game and led at every change. At quarter time, they were 4 points up. That's Charlie Gardner, who's now running the football department at Collingwood. They're kicking one of the Cats' goals. You've got James Kelly, who's going to be in the reckoning here for some of the vacancies in coaching, kicking another Geelong goal in this game. Henry Playfair, a good player for that period of time. Gary Ablett, you can see there with the long hair, getting the ball to him in this second quarter of the game. And
where was Sydney?
Sydney had 3 goals only, TJ, to three-quarter time. Stevie Johnson, one of the great players of all time, kicking a goal for the Cats here in the third quarter. You can see the score mounting. You can see Michael O'Loughlin here getting a goal for the Swans at the end of the third term. And you can still see the score mounting up.
So how were you feeling at this point, Nick, when you're in serious trouble at three-quarter time?
Yeah, it was an interesting one, Llordo. It was one of those games, and it was sort of, everyone knows that the ground was pretty slippery. It was sort of getting close to cricket season, and the SCG turns into a cricket pitch pretty quickly. And I think Geelong wanted the ground watered. It was such a scrappy game, but yeah, three-quarter time. I think just before three-quarter time, and some of the names that were in this game for Geelong, Stephen King was their ruckman. I think he did his calf just before three-quarter time, and I think the coaching staff saw that. We came down and we thought that we'd get potentially some ruck dominance in that last quarter. And yeah, probably 3 of the 4 goals that I ended up kicking were from stoppage. And it was a good coaching move by Bruzy and the team.
So, Rory, three-quarter time, Swans are up by 17 points. Sorry, down by 17 points. David Johnson, we just saw him kick a goal. They kick a goal 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. They're 23 up.
Yeah, and then him kicks this man right here. Fair to say you were a little quiet at three-quarter time. You just mentioned off air before, but do you remember much of this last quarter? Because it's one of the greatest individual performances in a final, in a quarter, I would say, out of any final in history.
Yeah, Rory, it's fair to say I can remember every step I took. I've only when you only do one good thing for your 168 games. But no, it was... But the team, we probably did a good enough job to be as close as we did. But yeah, three-quarter time, the Mets come out, and 3 of the 4 goals were from stoppage. Probably rugby league skills came in here growing up in Sydney with a fan. But yeah, it was one of those nights where look, you can probably run those patterns as a forward a lot, and the ball doesn't make it out to you, or you might fumble, or someone gets in the way. But yeah, it was one of those nights that was special for me individually, and then as a club to be able to go on and win our first premiership in 72 years. It's I get reminded of it a lot, and I'm pretty proud of it.
So it comes down to the final seconds. Stevie J keeps the ball in. He didn't want to be pinged for a deliberate out of bounds, which left a massive ball up with only a couple of seconds left. We're currently watching Stevie, who didn't put the ball out of bounds, and it sets up for another stoppage, which you're a massive part of. So just talk us through the final moments, the final seconds where you get to this stoppage, and what's your plan?
Yeah, we sort of had a plan through the whole year with our stoppages, sort of the three small forwards with myself, Eamon Buchanan and Adam Schneider, who were both left footers. So generally, if there was a stoppage in this part of the ground, we'd try and open up the left-hand side for the left footers. And the fact here that I was coming so fast and so late was I was back there probably trying to free up one of those guys. And Adam's like, mate, you go, you've kicked three. So that's why I sort of turned up a little bit fast and a little bit late. And juggled it, probably expected a bit of contact on the way through, and was able to shin it through. And then, we knew that there wasn't too long left, and Moon's there obviously shattered. I think it was Brenton Sanderson's last game, and it was one of those games. I think I've met nearly 38,000 of the 40,000 that were there, and it was a special night to be a part of. It sort of had my ups and downs since I'd come back from Melbourne and Collingwood, so it was good to be able to repay the faith that that the coaching staff and the players had, and move us another week on in the finals. And
then looking even further ahead was the grand final, of course, and as you mentioned earlier, you broke that long drought, and your celebrations were something to behold. You didn't mind jumping the fence.
Yeah, no, it was. I've probably been celebrating, to be fair, since that semi-final, so it was a three-week fiasco of celebrations. But yeah, it was such a great thing to be a part of. Sort of, being a part of a grand final team at Collingwood in 2002, and probably didn't understand, fully what the South Melbourne Swans connection was until that day, and the amount of people that 72 years is a long time, and the amount of people that on that day and post have sort of said how much it's meant to them and their families and their parents and grandparents. So yeah, it was a good day, and it was an even better celebration for sure.
It's been awesome having you on this morning, Nick. And just further to your role with the Sydney Roosters that you touched on, so skill acquisition. So is it purely around your kicking, or are you doing a bit of extra stuff on top of that as well?
Yeah, it's definitely not tackling, Llordo. If any of those stick well away from the tackling, they're 120 kilos. I'm not standing in the way. It's more around the skills with the footy, kicking, catching, passing, catching and passing, any sort of skill acquisition with the footy at the Sydney Roosters. So yeah, we had a good win against the Broncos on Friday night, and we've got the bye with State of Origin coming up. So now looking forward to that in the back half of the season with the Roosters.
Fantastic, mate. It's so good to catch up with you. And Llordo, you have delivered yet again. And your dad's obviously going well. I know that a few of us get texts from time to time. So how many clubs did he play for?
He actually played for 4. I think he started at Carlton, went to North, mainly at Collingwood, and then played a few games for the Swans. But now he's back down in Tassie, nicely retired now, Dad. So he's in a good spot.
Yeah, kicked 88 goals, TJ, in 1979. Craig Davis in a season.
Yeah,
huge player.
Thanks. He was. No, he was a great player. He's a great man, and so are you, Nick. Good on you, mate. Thanks very much for joining us.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you. Nick Davis joining us there. And well done, Llordo. You delivered.
Made a good point. He kicked 88 goals. Yeah. Dismissed him.
I didn't dismiss him.
Did you feel dismissed?
Yeah, I felt dismissed.
Yeah. I did. Okay. You give those to Damo, please. All right, we'll take a break. You are watching the Sunday Footy Show. Back with more in just a moment. Great to have your company on this Sunday morning. We spoke earlier in the program about the Thursday and Friday nights. We spoke in detail, so let's have a look on the back of those reviews to the Lou Richards leaderboard.
Let's have a look at that, Tone. Nick Dacos, a couple of games clear from Marcus Bontempelli. Zach Butters with the maximum votes. He got a 10. Isaac Heaney. Smith has been out for a couple of weeks. And Jason Horne-Francis rounding out the top 6. So 2 Port Adelaide players in the top 6 for the Lou Richards leaderboard is impressive.
And this is what they're vying for. The Hyundai Lou Richards medalist will be driving home in a brand new Alexio EV thanks to Essendon Hyundai. The brand new Alexio EV, valued at $61,990, drive away, a 546k range and fast charging from 10 to 80% in just 38 minutes. You've had a look at these firsthand, Nathan, and that screen in itself is impressive.
27 inches, unbelievable. Everything's just touch of the button, everything that James and the team team out there do a fantastic job. The Hyundai cars are outstanding. So get out there. You can go to Lamana at the supermarket while you have a coffee, then to Essendon Hyundai. Everything's out there that you need to.
How's it driving at the moment?
Sorry?
How's it driving?
Beautifully.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Oh, you got one, have you?
No, but I've taken it for a test drive when I was out there, and it's just whisper quiet.
Terrific stuff. Let's take a look at the previews for this round of 16.
Yeah, North Melbourne v Essendon is a 3:15 start at Marvel. Big game for the Bombers. Solly feels the group is coming together and they're improving, but they have to show it out on the field. 4 good ins, Caldwell, Kako, McGrath and Parrish.
You give them a chance, Llordo?
I give them a chance.
It's a bigger game for North Melbourne, I think.
Yeah, but North midfield should be too strong.
Yeah, and the other game we got is in Perth. It's Fremantle versus Gold Coast, and this is huge for Gold Coast. With Sean Darcy coming back in, Jared Witts is back in too with Ned Moore. The Rucks are going to have to perform, and Gold Coast mids, Llordo and Browny, are going to have to get it done because they've really let themselves down there, and it's a tough challenge against those two.
Dockers for me.
Yeah. Dockers win.
All right, it's been shelved for the past couple of weeks, but Damo, it is back with a vengeance.
You are talking about Media-Ocre, TJ.
Roll the video.
As a fan, it's common to yell at the footy. As a commentator, less so.
I'm used to being not allowed to say what you think. Big tackle in the middle. It's for Jones because he had to wait for it, but he was caught. Couldn't find his boot with it. Kicked it to Gordon. Zato did pretty well there. He took his own man down. It is. Richards.
Tom Morris drew some interesting looks from his colleagues as he settles into his new role.
Sam, really appreciate your time. Thanks for jumping by.
No worries. Thanks, guys.
Stopping by. Appreciate it. Sam Mitchell, the coach of Hawthorn. Up next is the Visionaries with Sam Mitchell stepping out and Nick Rewald and Kane Corns staying with us on the agenda setters.
Where have I seen that before?
I think they'd be too good for Richmond. They should. But a big game, no doubt. So Fremantle versus Hawthorn.
Mick Malthouse joined in the side-eye fun.
The Essendon coaching panel that they've set up to appoint the next coach consists of Kevin Sheedy, Hames Jerd, James Hurd, Jamie Hurd and Jim Hurd.
Boom tish.
Having 2 journalists on your show doesn't always guarantee you'll get things right.
Players that play well against teams that go after them.
Rory
He dominated against the Dogs one day at Marvel, playing for Freo.
He kicked 7, didn't he? Is it that game? Did he? I think the Lobster kicked 7. Can you please just look up his highest goal tally? I reckon he kicked 7 one day. And I have a feeling it was at Marvel.
He kicked 5 against Port Adelaide.
Okay, so completely wrong. Good. Terrific. That one off. That's good.
You need to be on your toes as a boundary rider, especially when working with Mark Howard.
Murdoch with a little clever left foot ball. Cow pinched it. Dicko.
Yes, Howie?
I thought you had something to say before.
No, I'll let you know when I do that.
Right, it's Golden TV, that is.
Couldn't get any better.
Full credit to Eddie Betts for self-reporting on this one.
That was a big hit down here. You could hear that, and everyone around the ground just had their hold their heart and their breath. I didn't even know what I just said then. It held their heart and their breath.
And finally, I suspect we've found our word of the week.
I suspect right at the moment, now's not the best time to get Carlton.
I suspect that the difference between finishing 7th and finishing 10th could be the draw.
I suspect we'll look back on this and think maybe we didn't need to take him out. I suspect the season is going to be one of ups and downs. I suspect that he would say that he's ticked every box.
I suspect we're still a little bit off it now.
I suspect it's because they've got 3. I suspect there's some confusion around holding the ball.
I suspect it's going to be imperfect for a long time. It's frustrating, I suspect, is the difference between prior opportunity and not. I suspect it wasn't, I suspect it will change a little bit. I suspect even watching on TV.
I suspect it happens a bit.
I suspect our takeaway will be...
I suspect that there's a reason for that, but I suspect it's as much, I shouldn't say that, a look thing? No, but his shoulders are fine.
I'm Nathan Brown, and that's Media-Ocre.
Boom tish.
It's a bit of fun, Tone. It's just a bit of fun.
Well, Chris Scott like that?
Chris Scott does tune out, so he may not even be aware of it.
Is he in the country?
He wasn't.
He's not in the country.
I suspect he won't see it.
Ooh, you're a brave man, aren't you?
Yes.
Just take it for what it is, though, Brent.
Yeah, it's just a bit of fun. Like, we're just having a laugh.
OK, we'll take a break. Don't forget, coming up next and beyond, we have a special handball edition. A couple of blue baggers joining us, and one of them is really on song. All to be explained.
Seen him whip it out before in the change rooms, but I didn't really expect he was going to whip it out in the song. But he's such an energy giver for this group. We just love playing with him because you can just see he just makes us all smile.
Surely he's going to have to do a different song and then lead you into the club song after every win.
Yeah, I reckon he's only got one in his repertoire. that could be a problem, I reckon.
Well, amazing scenes, weren't they? And Matty Cottrell there just whipping
Jagger
out.
Smith only got the one tune.
Well, that's what Jagger said, so let's find out. Matty Cottrell, welcome.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
And Harry Dean, of course, as well.
Yeah, likewise.
You play an instrument?
No, I don't. I just play the trombone back in school.
Stuart, we got a trombone at the back there. No, it was, so tell us about your love affair with the harmonica.
I was talking to the boys. I was a bit injured last year and was going to pick up an instrument, but don't quite have the space for a guitar, so got a harmonica.
Yeah.
Dropped it pretty quickly when figured out how hard it was. So.
Yeah. So do you know more than one tune?
That's all I know, and it's not very good.
No, it's very good.
And can you happen to have a harmonica here?
Oh, that better be new.
It's brand new. Stewie went to Ringwood to get me today, so...
tin sandwich.
Yeah.
Right.
So just give us a little bit, mate.
Yeah, righto. Is this a different note than my one?
I don't know, Maestro. It's fine, mate.
Can I ask you though, like when you packed it to Sydney, like because it was interstate, talk us through how did you run it by anyone and say, hey, can I bring this to the song?
No, it wasn't my idea. Everyone sort of put it on me, but no, the media team, I've got to give them credit. They told me to bring it, and I was just hoping that we won, and I got a kick, so it was nice. It worked out all right.
But Harry, it was a great moment, wasn't it? Amongst a period of great moments for this footy club.
Yeah, no, it was very random. I didn't expect that. I was walking in and all of a sudden I had a harmonica to my right. But
harmonica.
Yeah, no, the last couple of weeks have been pretty crazy just like that. But yeah.
And Harry, you've had two coaches now in your very short stint in AFL. What have both coaches taught you so far?
Yeah, Vossi was a very good coach, good mentor as well, and a pretty good person. So yeah, Fraser's basically just doing what Vossi was doing. Nothing's really changed, the same system, but yeah, I couldn't say anything is really different. I think we're just playing good football.
Something has changed though. To talk us about the game plan and what has changed that Carlton are moving the ball so much quicker at the moment.
Yeah, I think we're just sort of moving it more open side, I think, and then playing to our strengths, I guess. So we've got a lot of good runners in the team, so yeah, fast ball movement, get the ball into inside forward 50 a bit easier, but and yeah, as Harry said, a lot of the
work was done.
Their leaders have lifted as well, so that helps.
So is it, Rory? I'm just going to ask you a question about the culture. Is it a fresh voice? Is that it? I mean, because you say nothing's changed, and as Nathan said, something's changed.
The coach changed.
Yeah. So is it a fresh voice?
Plus, you also want to be respectful to the previous coach.
Yes, and that. We're all walking on eggshells at the moment.
No, fresh voice certainly helps. Certainly changes, I guess. But yeah, you can't change the way you play mid-year, I guess. So. Yeah, I think, as I said, the players have lifted, credit to them, but yeah, Fraser just keeps everything pretty simple and yeah.
Beautiful.
Harry, you're taking scalps. For someone, what's rare about you is no one really comes in like you do it and plays at centre-half back. A lot of young midfielders can do it because they're in a midfield, but you're taking on giants of the game every week. You got the hold of Waterman yesterday. Who's been your toughest one you found, though, this year?
Yeah, I reckon it had to be Waterman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he runs the field pretty well, and yeah, he's just versatile air and ground. So yeah, I think it just comes from all the hard work from pre-season and the experience down there as well. And yeah, great mentors, Jacob as well. Bit sad he's not out there, but you know, he's been really big for me. And yeah, just the last couple of weeks have shown.
And you love a scrap too, don't you?
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Did you see Lloyd sizing you up when you walked in? Yeah. He was looking at you going, geez, doesn't look that big, does he? Because I reckon I'd be able to take him.
I didn't say that. I used to part his father.
Yeah. You're not my father.
Peter Dean, of course. Now, but your competitive edge, you get that from your mum, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was your mum a handy... Is it Kerry?
Yeah, Kerry, yeah.
Very handy netballer.
Yeah, she's a goalkeeper as well, so defender as well.
Yeah.
So she didn't like losing. She get a few bumps and knocks around then, but yeah, it definitely come from her, I reckon, not him.
And Matty, great goal last week, or the week before it might have been, a little bit of strut as well. Can you talk us through it?
Yeah, I didn't think I'd get that much attention.
It's so confusing. You confused all your teammates.
I know. Will Hayward didn't know what to do, which was funny. Yeah, I think I surprised myself. I just threw it in my boot and it went straight.
When you walked, what were you thinking? Was it a celebration? Was it chest out? What were you thinking?
It was a bit of shock. I was like, what do I do? And then
the game does look simple and fun at the moment. You guys, it's a bit of simplicity the last 6 weeks, isn't there?
Yeah, a bit of simplicity. Just being a good teammate.
No, I'm just laughing at him because TJ's looking at him funny.
Yeah, I think we sort of covered all this.
We'll go to a break. TJ. You can take a break.
Before we do, just life away from you. You share a
He's been wanting to line me up all week. I think he's been holding on.
No, he's on a half-hour delay. It's a whole Adelaide thing. You want to see the group text messages.
Yeah, right.
He sends through laughing emojis from a joke the day before. You live with a couple of players?
Yeah, I've got in the house of Taylor Byrne, Billy Wilson and Flynn Young.
Wow.
Big house.
Pretty spooky house, but no, it's a good house.
And tell us about Winks and George.
George? Nah, it's Winks and Jeff, sorry.
Oh, Jeff. Sorry.
Yeah, 2 whippets. They're my housemates. Jeff is a new addition, but shaking things up a bit.
Named after who? Jeff Southby or who?
Nah, I see him in the cafe every now and then. Just responded when I said Jeff. Yeah.
Right, okay.
I went with Cow and he wouldn't listen to me. Because one of our teammates is named Cow, he doesn't listen either. And then I just said Jeff to him and he ran at me. I was like,
Well, there it is.
Thanks, Jeff.
Jack said throw to the break 3 minutes ago.
Maybe we should have. Anyway, we will take a break on the Sunday Footy Show. When we come back, the Blue Boys will be going head-to-head in Louis' handball. So, when you were looking for a name for the dog, Jeff was just the one that came to mind.
Yeah, well, we have a teammate, his nickname's Jeff, Matt Carroll, and he sleeps in meetings, but I just sort of said Jeff.
The dog came.
And he came over to me.
Well, you boys are competing for a great prize pack today. The Tempur mattress, this is the best mattress in the world, bar none. The Tempur goes up and it goes down, so you can go up at your neck, you can put your feet up in the air. It's where astronauts start off before they go into space. The Tempur Ergo Pro Smart. It is brilliant. Jace Nicholas and the team, they've got great coffee out there as well. And what happens is, you sleep well during the day on your Tempur, and then you go out and you play well during the day. When you get the Coles, Callaways, the Top Golf, the Quantums, the Crunch Tools, there's no reason why you wouldn't play great golf with these. These are the best. So you're going to beat 84. Zane Duursma, Dustin Fletcher.
Sorry, can you just take us through the motion so people can see?
Why we laugh at you? You're playing a
Browny's a cricketer.
cover drive.
Not a golfer.
They're that good, you can play cricket with them. Like Don Bradman.
You're a Naga, is what they call it. So that's the end of season prize, okay? A Naga. Okay. All righty. Now, you know how the game works, 5 on each hand?
Yeah.
And you've also got the money ball. Llordo, do you want to explain the money ball?
Double points, TJ. Simple as that.
Double points?
One hand.
One used in
But you can only use it once.
Are we a team? Or are we?
No,
against each other.
No, not this morning.
You've seen the show a bit.
Let's get it moving.
All right, let's move the target.
5 on the run.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Hang on, is the target moving?
Okay. Come on, Jimmy.
7. Moves to 7.
Oh, really?
7. 14.
7.
21. That's nice. 31.
Got a good feeling.
Jeff would be proud.
7.
38. That's a very good start. Over to Deanie.
With the
You let me know if you want the yellow ball at any time.
7.
Nice start.
Close.
Getting his own balls too.
7.
14.
Solid starts.
5.
19.
Good one, Damo.
I've got a feeling Harry might be a little competitive.
7. Do you want yellow or red?
Are you watching his foot?
26 and 7 makes 33. So back to Matty Cottrell. You let me know when you want this yellow ball, mate.
Left now.
Yep.
7. 45, aye. 7. 52.
Nice Damo.
No.
7. 59.
7.
66. If this goes in, he goes to the front.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
14 goes to 80. So not a bad effort.
Same score as Llordo.
33.
Yeah, okay.
That's Llordo.
All righty.
Go on, Harry. Here we go.
He's
Finish it off.
placed the yellow ball when he wants it. Oh, sporty.
Language, Harry.
754.
He's getting competitive.
Oh, my God.
61.
This goes in, you win.
He can still win.
Spin it. Keep it spinning.
Spin,
Take
move
advantage
the
of it.
target.
Yeah, take
Move
advantage.
the target.
Don't worry about Harry Dean, it's Harry Houdini. Harry Houdini.
Surely one more shot.
What?
Is that 81? I'm right there, please.
Who wants to
You can't get it.
What's the score?
It's 81 to 80. He won by one.
But he wanted another handball with a line.
And it stopped.
Good work, mate.
I feel for you. There should be a protest.
Nah, he got close.
PJ, what do you think of this? A few swear words. We have to beep a few words out.
Yeah, there's one there.
He's got three.
He just wanted to win.
All right, that does wrap it up for this R-rated edition of the Sunday Footy Show. Whatever you might be doing for the rest of the day. Where's your harmonica?
I'm keeping that.
Bring us
Yeah,
in.
can you lead us out with a little tune before we go?
No, yeah.
Right, here we go.
I only know the one tune, don't I?
That's all right. We'll see you next week. Take us away.